Hey, we got Spider here this
I'm
time.
laughing.
You feeling better now, Spider?
I'm existing.
Welcome
I
to
mean-
existence.
mood. Like, I was sick with food poisoning last session, and I'm finally over that. So I'm just like, yay! I can actually function without going on bathroom breaks every 5 minutes.
You poor
Uh,
thing.
He's back. I think the only person I haven't heard say anything is Malchus. How are you?
He's on.
Get started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Good to go.
I shall lick that lip.
Alrighty, so who wants to refresh what happened last time?
I'll let you guys do it because I did have to like dip out for the last of the session due to being sick, so my brain was kind of like not there really.
I need to go find my
Less-
notes.
I mean, I
Go ahead,
can.
Aperture.
I will attempt. Yeah, I'll attempt a recap off the top of my head. Of course, I remember the beats, but how did it start? Can anybody help me remember how it started?
It started with Rise having a panic attack because he was sick. And
Oh shit! Yeah. And I don't remember too much on that part, but I do remember that eventually Averjo took kind of hold for a second because he was one. No, it was Rise and Marcus went off to collect Sylvia's rat friend. What was the name of the rat?
Hamilton.
Templeton. You guys hung out with
Templeton.
Templeton?
yes,
Yep,
we
we
rescued
did.
him for you.
Aw.
Honestly, you should listen to the recording. It's pretty good. Moon did an amazing
hilarious.
job with Hamilton. Hamilton
had-
was just a pretty ball of everything.
We had like a straight up like freak out like in the middle of a hospital. I do remember that one because I think two of us were
Mhm.
I think two of us were at freaking Hunger 4 and I'm just like, oh shit.
So basically,
after-
wait, go ahead.
So Averjo, in his enlightened state of reality for one day, decided, what am I gonna do about all of this? I can help heal. What do I want to do? I want to heal as much as I can, and maybe I can help Marcus as well with his campaign. So what does Averjo do? He calls upon his friends and says, we were gonna meet up earlier today and help with, getting the rat out. I'll meet you guys later. Then called up Alistair and got them all together, saying basically that he wanted to go to the hospital that had the largest amount of infections and basically try to cure every single one just because he wanted to help. And let Marcus, I mean, if you're going against Mr. Kingmaker, why doesn't Averjo be the Kingmaker for probably the future King Marcus? So
Yeah,
maybe a
yeah.
publicity stunt.
Yeah, Averjo was like gassing Marcus up way too much in that session. I was afraid Marcus was gonna get a big head.
King Marcus,
I mean-
you say? I must get myself a crown.
Yeah, you hype up a Toreador, that's gonna happen.
Honestly, I'd much rather a Toreador be hyped up than a Ventru. You hype up a Ventru, oh my
yeah.
god.
There's a reason why Averjo has max manipulation, I'll just say. It's
Hence the
totally
devil's
not because it's totally not because I maxed it out because it's the stat used for a lot of dominate abilities. Digressing from that, what unfolded was Rise, Alistair, and Marcus. And Averjo. That was everybody, right? I'm not missing anybody.
Yes, who went to the hospital.
No.
Right. Averjo went to his little alley dressed up as a nurse, a back alley nurse, scrubs
my
and all,
God.
and got, I believe, 4 people, or was it 6?
Six.
It was 6.
Anyways, 6 people to follow him. Basically, for what he was planning, they were going to be his blood batteries. And off they
Oh.
went, gathered to the hospital, with the expert work of Marcus's ways with words and, talking his way into this kind of not heavily fortified, but definitely cautious facility where his rival, Mr. Kingmaker, was already serving out doses of the cure to this mysterious illness, but with a high price tagged to it.
Mm-hmm.
And so they went in.
Basically,
and just
nobody on insurance could get it.
Hard cash only.
hard cash only. And it was then, I don't remember what abilities Alistair had activated, but Alistair was already at Hunger 4 when he came in there. And Average Joe, well, yes?
I don't think Alistair really had any, abilities per se, but he did also, just avoid infection. I do remember that. And I do have the
Yes.
very vivid image of Avjo in a freaking nurse outfit in the hospital, and I will never get that out of my brain. Along with that horrid accent that you put on.
That's giving the Joker.
It really
Yeah.
did.
Feels a nurse
It really
costume.
I think it was the
The outfit
Definitely.
gave Joker. The accent gave Igor from a bad 1940s film.
What Average did. I can break you off a piece of that, even.
God.
Because I remember exactly what Average was saying, specifically, was that Marcus was talking his way in suavely, and Marcus, just as the head scientist of his little crew, just went, don't be modest, Mr. Payne. Don't be modest. You're the wealthy benefactor of our experiment to help cure them.
Oh my god, I'm getting so pensious from Hazbin Hotel in my head.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I didn't even realize that. You're right. That does have definitely inspirations. It has to be. They walk their way in, and through some of the abilities, it was risky because after Average Joe put on his blush of life, he got hungrier. And they were both at Hunger 4, so they had to feed on some of his blood batteries just to make sure. Average Joe almost went a little too far when drinking, but was stopped by, the group in general, but I think Rise took point on that.
Yeah, the second time,
Yeah.
Average Joe had experienced quite a few hunger spikes throughout the evening.
So
I
after
think
bringing...
Marcus
Yes.
dodged the first one by doing a sleight of hand to just
Yes,
flip
that was
Average
it.
off one person to another.
Marcus, expertly, like it was second nature, just took one neck, grabbed Average Joe's head, pulled one off, and just put another under there without him even noticing, which was a very smart move. And he managed to quench his last bit of thirst. Average Joe, putting up blood sigils all over the room, began the ritual, invigorating vitae, to cure. There were many patients, and as Moon said it, what was your system for curing them again?
It was rouse checks. Basically,
Sure.
how many rouse checks per stage of infection?
Yeah.
And there was at
So
least one with
stage
infection
3.
level 3.
Yep.
Oh boy.
And it
Average-
turns out one of your herd was infected as well. So that added a couple more, rounding it out to an even 20.
20 rouse checks Average Joe had to make that night. It is probably the craziest thing I have ever done in this game, and one of my proudest achievements as a player. It was insane.
I bet Ironically, Sylvia is frustrated that she could not participate in this insane escapade.
Mm-hmm.
It was insane, and Everjoe broke a few times. His hunger, his delusions came up, but they were expertly and empathetically taken care of by both Marcus and Rise, as well as the quick thinking of Alistair throughout the night kept them from making some bad decisions. I'll let you all take it from there.
Yep.
I think that.
After
Go ahead.
after
There's more to
a
it.
tense couple of minutes of rouse checks and detoxing people, Rise and Marcus had a bright idea
Oh
Mhm.
god.
to go steal a vial of the cure from the opposing party.
Oh my god.
Mhm.
Again with the thievery. My
It-
god, Marcus.
It was a good thievery though. These guys are assholes.
Oh
I
my
mean-
god, it was so good too.
Granted.
Not to mention Marcus pulling out the fucking proverbial chops with his words.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, yes. Please go off, King.
He was quite suave. And successful, might I add.
On
Yes.
a slight intimidation check on the head lead of the operations of this cure from Kingmaker, Marcus, in a very elegant way, said, not only could I buy you, I could sell you and then buy you again. Just to let him know where the domain of power really stands between Kingmaker and Mr. Payne.
Well,
Oh, it
that's
was
what you'd
so
like to
good.
think.
For now, that's what we think at least.
That is what I will believe until proven otherwise.
Which begins now as we sneak away from the hospital. Quick.
Yes.
Quick.
You also what happened to all of the tainted blood that the patients threw
I
up?
was about to say, it was at that point that Alistair did want it. However, Everjoe decided, at least for now, he wanted it, and, he would store it for Alistair if he wanted some later. So, Everjoe, after curing every single person in that hospital, draining his blood, bringing it back, and draining it again to give to others, took the absolute bile that they would throw up and put it in a big trash bag and then double bagged it, triple bagged it, then wrapped
Duct
around
taped
30 zip ties and then double bagged it again and walked out like Santa Claus with his sack on his back.
Oh my gosh.
I'd say that you have about a tenth of an industrial strength trash can. worth.
I can already picture it.
I think the detail was, I don't remember exactly what you said, Moon, but you gave us just a horrid description of what the bag looked like as it sloshed around on his
Yes.
back
It
as he
was
left.
sloshing and gross and
You made a metaphor, that a combination between
I'd
two things. I
say-
don't remember what they were, but they was insane.
Oh my
I'd say
god.
it's a you have about 2 liters.
Ooh, baby, I got 2 liters of painted blood.
So- 2 big soda bottles.
Like 20 big gulps.
oh my god.
It's times like this I hate having hyperphantasia.
About 20 big.
I won't describe the smell again for anyone, but Now, as we were leaving the hospital, Marcus was stopped, and he was also petitioned by the hospital to come back
Ah, yes. I'll come back and help again.
for all of the impoverished students.
Which Marcus did say that it could be a possibility based off his head doctor.
Mm-hmm. And now we
And
make our way away from the hospital.
Question. Would Marcus have gotten
Yes.
the number of that head nurse?
Yes, most likely. Or somebody that can look for the contacts.
Well, Marcus was very much flirty with her throughout a
Oh,
lot
yes,
of
you
that.
did get her
Just
number.
to get through.
Yeah, you did get her
Just to
number.
get her.
I remember now.
Alright, just had to make sure,
because
because he
there's
does
a
owe her that cup
goalie
of coffee.
doesn't mean you can't score.
Oh my god.
For our audience, the head nurse is in fact married. Please do not forget.
Yes. So, it says
What
more
is that
about
error?
her.
What is that Aristobulatoria door, to be honest?
Fair. Extremely fair.
Fair. Very fair. Anyway.
Anyways, we now are walking away from the hospital. And what would you all like to do next? You have 6 people in tow.
Oh, last piece of note. Averjo gained a stain for almost killing somebody.
Yes.
Oh.
Also gained the stain because he had to feed on a non-consenting prey.
Mm-hmm. Let's do some remorse tests.
Oh
Real
god.
quick.
This will be the first time I've ever had to do that in this game.
Mm.
I'm so excited.
Someone roll that for me, if need be.
Oh, Marcus, you don't need to do a remorse test.
We are in
So-
fact
Are-
Unless
safe.
you've broken a
What is a
conviction.
remorse test and how do I do it?
There should be a thing on the sheet
Mm-hmm.
under humanity. Oh, yep, I found it.
Humanity.
I'm gonna do mine. Please, please do not fuck me. Oh my fucking god!
I was about
Did
to
it
be like,
fuck you?
don't
Did it
say
work?
anything.
Have you lost or gained humanity? Ah, yes. So basically, just roll a d10. If it's a success, then you don't lose any humanity.
I succeed my remorse check. So my stain is removed.
Excellent. Alistair, you realize that even though it was sort of, you know, you had to do it in order to uphold the masquerade, you do feel regret. You do feel regret. You wish you could have come up with a better option, but it was a desperate situation, and you sort of make peace with the fact.
So I'm looking at my sheet. I've got a humanity of 5.
Just roll 1d10 and tell me if it's a success or not.
Alrighty. In that case, I'll do it in the server even. I'm scared. This is the first time I've ever had to do this. Alright, slash.
My heart's pounding too.
I know, I'm like, oh gosh.
Alright, here we go. Remorse.
Godspeed.
Oh wait, I didn't put it in right. Anticlimactic. Remorse.
Just looking back at all those rouse checks makes me cringe and also cry and also celebrate. I get so much emotion.
This music is weird.
It is very spooky music.
mean, I know we're in Spooktober, but it's not that spooky
Mm.
yet.
So in Dice
Congratulations.
Roller, even though I didn't
That
do
is
a
a
rouse check, it
success.
rolled a d10 and it rolled a 10.
That's a success. That's a success.
Yes.
I would say, Everjo, you realize you weren't in your right mind. You feel incredible regret. You wish you could have controlled yourself better. But again, it was a desperate situation, so you did what you had to. Despite this, you feel remorse.
I think that's great. May I flavor that a little bit?
Yes, you may.
I think Averjo doesn't fully understand that that's what he was about to do, even. He feels sad that he might have hurt them, but he didn't know he was about to just... At least, I think what I said was drain past the safe drink. I think it was. And
Mhm.
so... Yeah, he wasn't in his full right mind. He doesn't even realize that's what he was about to do.
Mm-hmm. So you come to this realization, and you instantly feel regret.
Well, shit.
And so I leave the scene open to you for what you would all like to do next. You have a vial of stolen drugs in your pocket, and you've cured,
Cancer.
what was my tally? 9, 13, 14 people.
That's incredible.
Wow, that's insane. Oh. Okay, and I think 2 of my flock have
Are
had their...
drained.
Yes, and 1 of my flock have had their memories completely erased. They're basically a
Mhm.
blank slate. Was that the one that was
It was the one that
originally
was
infected?
rude.
Yes, gotcha. So I think... I mean, he'll follow the group, but his quickest
Prerogative.
what's the word? Prerogative, thank you, is to get these these humans back to where they need to be, and also probably will have to make another few rouse checks because he'll stand by his word and just give him a little bit of his blood to help with you know, the general hardships they felt in life physically. He is a back alley nurse after all.
You know, I'll take care of them. I'll make sure they get to where they need to go.
I mean, yeah, I don't see why not. It would take some worry off my hands. Make sure to treat them well, if you would.
They have seen a lot, and I want to make sure that memories are taken care of before releasing them back into the wild.
Ooh. You know what? You're right. I didn't even think about that. I could help with that, but today I feel a little tapped.
My friend, why don't you go back? Go get some rest. I'll take care of it.
Ooh, except for this one. This one's mine. And he takes the one that's his memory's been completely wiped. Don't worry, they won't be a bother.
Okay. You did do something to them. There is no thought behind those eyes.
Yes. Yes, I did.
And Marcus would turn to Rise and be like, "My dear, please make sure our friends here gets the rest they need.
Rise
Both
kind
of them, if you will mind."
Rise will nod and look over at Averjo and his new friend, and he'll be like, "You want a place to crash?"
Who are you asking?
Average Joe.
Mm.
And the new
Average Joe-
guy.
The new guy.
And the
Average
guy
Joe
he's
kind
hanging with.
Average Joe kind of perks up for a minute, just like that was such a surprise to him, to you for you making that offer. You know, normally I'd say no. Let me take care of this trash bag of shit. And then, yes, I would absolutely love a place to stay for the night. I have my trailer, but I haven't stayed with a friend in a while.
Happy to host you. And he'll turn to Alistair and kind of like get in close, and he'll pull the vial of the cure out. So, want to take bets on what this is made of? Oh, sorry, that was to Alistair, if I hadn't made that clear.
Alistair looks at the vial and shakes his head. Given what we have seen tonight, I don't even want to even hazard a guess as to what is in that vial.
Very true. I'm just hoping it's nothing that's gonna hurt people. I'll work on figuring it out, but I'll probably need some of your expertise and maybe Average Joe, depending on what exactly it is.
I mean, when it comes to analytics, not my forte, but I can try. Ooh, ah, also, Rise, can you remind me, did Averjo ever get you one of the signature pieces of food that vampires could taste? And if so, what was it?
He did a while back. I think when they first met, I think Rise was one of the first who got food. And if I can
Yes.
remember correctly, I think he went with like something simple. He was like, I just haven't had a good like croissant or something.
Gotcha. All right, noted. Thank you.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, I have to make like 2 stops because I have to store this. Alistair, you said you wanted some of this, yes?
I will leave it with you for now. I think it's best that we all lay low for the rest of the night, because the moment they find out one of those samples are missing, they're going to be frantic to get it back.
I mean, yeah. I hope
Rise has
we were-
pocketed it again.
I hope we were subtle enough for us not to. Well, no, but Marcus does want to take credit for this curing, so it probably won't matter how many how much we try to obfuscate that we were the ones. I think they can put 2 and 2 together. So, I guess hide it well.
Will do my best.
Sweet. All right. I will go real quick, make 2 stops. I have to stop by my vault, and then I have to drop a sample of this off with somebody, and then I will be over to your place, Rise.
Sounds good. Let me know if you need me to text you the address.
Yes. Just yes.
I figured he'll like pull out his phone and start a text, and he'll send a couple reminders throughout the night as well.
That is such a good detail. Yes, great. So yeah, Averjo will get in his trailer with his new I want to call him blank body since he's got blank memories, but that's means something different. Yeah. So
He's
he'll just
also-
with
I
his
think
new friend.
Vesper kind of works.
What?
Vessel.
Vessel with his new Definitely some interesting connotations with that.
Vassal?
With the new person who has no memories that he is going to figure out what to do with.
Yes.
There we go.
So he'll get in his trailer with that person and head off on his journey.
Excellent. You all head your separate ways. What is Alistair doing?
I think with everything that he has experienced tonight, he is most likely going to return to his own haven.
All right. You head to your haven, and Rise, you head back to your space. Why don't we move over to Ophelia?
I'm here.
The last time that you were sort of with us was when you sort of stormed off to go take care of Molly, who was still recovering from her illness.
Mm-hmm. She's still doing that, still taking care of Molly.
Mm. Is there anything else that you would like to do?
I do feel like Rise would have separately told Ophelia what went down, and is like, so started off with, so we're not dead, but and then spieling the story.
Ophelia does send a message to everyone that went that says my house, and then my house, period, now, period.
Ooh.
Rise will text the in the group chat. Sorry, I thought she would want to know.
My house now. She sends that as a voice message with that exact same tone and inflection. This is not the tone of a pissed off general. This is the tone of a pissed off mom.
I mean, that sounds about right.
I so badly want to say Avajo can't get voice messages, but I've already canonically sent some, so he gets that too.
And so everyone who was there and did anything there gets the message and is basically being told, you either come here or I will drag you here. Don't make me come looking for you. And after she does that, she did that right next to Molly and is like,
You shouldn't be too hard on them. I mean, I don't know what they did, but
and
what's going
Ophelia just hands her phone to Molly to show the message of what Rise sent her.
Oh.
Rise definitely downplayed some of the life-threatening parts because
But Ophelia knows that it's not it's they definitely did some crazy shit. So she's just like,
I mean, it is risky, but it seems like they got out okay and they helped people.
She just continues with her fingers folded, sitting on the edge of the bed, just staring at the door.
Ophelia. What's the matter?
They're going to be the death of me.
I mean, if it had failed, I probably would have been the death of them.
I already have to worry about you. And I don't want to have to lose any more people. But the one time I am unavailable to talk them out of it or to help them, they do shit like this.
When Ophelia's away,
It'll
the
be
kids
okay.
will play.
It's okay. I mean, you can chew them out, but I don't think that'll stop them.
Oh, it's not going to stop them. I know it's not going to stop them. I know very well it's not going to stop them. Oh, I am very, very aware. She hasn't looked at Molly the entire time. She's just sitting, looking forward.
He scoots up to the edge of the bed and just sort of gently rests a hand on her shoulder. Just promise me that you won't go too hard on them.
It's like dot 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 dot.
Please?
Fine.
Tell you what, hear them out first, and if it is as bad as you think it is, then chew them a new one.
But
If it's not, then we handle this wisely.
when have we done anything wisely?
Honestly, I think you're the most wise out of the whole bunch.
And
Besides
that's the
Everjoe, he's kind of got like dreams.
You know what's the worst part?
What?
Alistair is supposed to be the trustworthy one.
Oh yeah, he's the bookish one, right?
Hang on a second.
Double checking notes. Bookish. Ah, yes.
Please hold. Chaos Gorgon's contacting.
Yeah.
Angus, shoo, get out of here, Angus. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Shoo.
Is Alistair bookish? I has to know.
Angus, Angus, unless you want to become a burger like your name, I suggest you leave.
Wow. Leave
Who's-
What is he doing?
Who is
right now?
Angus?
What happened?
He's like on my bed.
Who's Angus?
Adorable
Angus
baby.
is
How
my
dare
dog.
you?
He is pudgy.
Anyways,
Suburb.
When I get back, I'll make sure to get him out.
oh no, that you already got him out. Your sister's making hot dogs. Offered me one. I took two.
Anyway, so is Alistair bookish? I must know.
No, she was gonna
Yes.
say, she was just like, Alistair's the one that I was supposed to trust to remain smart. Alistair's supposed to be the one that keeps people out of trouble because Alistair is smart. They're poised. They're confident. They're supposed to keep things out of trouble, not cause trouble. How am I supposed to do things comfortably? The room begins to fill with steam. If even someone I can't even trust to stay out of trouble is causing trouble, Rise is impressionable. Average Joe is senile. Marcus is Marcus.
Who's
Wait,
to
what
say
did
that he
I-
didn't go along to keep them out of trouble?
and Ophelia kind of doesn't look at Molly, but is like, Molly can feel her eyes look over to Molly in like a really kind of way.
It's a valid question.
My point still stands. Oh, you're sick. You are sick. I do not have the energy to fucking deal with this.
Honestly, I'm feeling a lot better.
I know you are, dear. I know you are, dearie. I know you are, dearie. Believe me, your faint touches have not been left unnoticed.
I mean,
after brushing my teeth like 15 times, the taste is like 90% gone.
Yeah. And she goes to like her closet, opens it up, rifles through some clothes, and opens and pulls out a like old wooden box. And she like pops it open and opens it up. And inside is a bottle of blood whiskey that Molly knows that Ophelia only pulls out in situations of which she is violently stressed and trying not to punch people she loves.
Oh, honey. Are you sure you don't want to go down to the bar and get something to ease the edge off? I know you only use that, like,
Boom.
sparingly.
Boom. And she takes one of her glasses and just she pulls out a whiskey glass, pauses, and then grabs a stein and just
You're gonna use all of it.
and she like shakes the bottom of it and she's like, I pray that I never have to use this again. And she puts the bottle back in the case, closes it, puts it back in the closet, and texts Owl that she needs a refill, and then goes she goes to the living room, pushes all of the furniture to the side, pulls out a distinct swiveling leather chair, turns off all the lights, looks towards the window, and waits.
Oh,
Sorry to
there.
interrupt
God.
real
Me?
quick. Vale, in the chat, please. IRL stuff.
Oh my god. What? I swear,
While you're
if they're
at
not
the
thinking their
window-
keys, it's something else. Be right back.
Yeah, at the window.
Ah.
To the wall.
Yeah. While you're at the window,
Make me a quick wits and awareness check. And I'll give
Ah.
you a +1 because you know Bourbon Street like the back of your hand.
Okay.
Oh no! I just noticed chat. Oh no!
5 successes. Wow, I got all of my rolls were success.
Oh damn. That's very good. Okay. So you look out onto Bourbon Street. And you notice something strange. You know the regulars that pass by here. You don't usually pay attention to people around. But you know when people are acting or trying to act covert.
Mm-hmm.
You see by the building next to you a young man, a young African American man who is holding. He's dressed pretty simply, just like a nice, you know, a sweater vest and some khakis, and he's looking at a device. It looks like a phone, but with a few more wires attached, and a blinking monitor. You can't make out what's on it, but he's looking at this, and he's sort of looking around the area, trying to sort of do so discreetly. A young woman walks up next to him and sort of looks over his shoulder, and they start sort of like looking around and pointing.
Ophelia will squint. She'll set her drink on the counter, and she'll tell Molly just through the door, like, I'll be back. And she's gonna step out, and she's gonna step out to like the front of the bar where she could see them and light a smoke. And before Tony can ask, Ophelia is just going to, without looking at Tony, just kind of subtly gesture over to the two people with like her thumb as she lights her cigarette.
You look again, and they are holding a map.
And she's
They
just
look like ordinary tourists.
Ophelia just takes a deep inhale and just, Tony,
Yeah?
those two. I know the regulars. They're not regulars. They're not even tourists.
Really? They kind of seem pretty normal to me.
Mm-hmm. But when have you ever doubted me?
You're right. Do you want me to shoo them off, or?
Nah. I forget. Does Tony at this point know, or does he not know? I don't think we ever established.
I think he does.
Yeah, then she's just like, nah, and she puts the cigarette back in her mouth. I'm gonna go make conversation, like a good Baron should.
All right. I'll be here for backup if you need me.
Believe me, I hope that I won't. And she walks up to him and she's like, evening.
They kind of fumble with the map, and Emily, not Emily, the young woman like grabs onto her partner's arm, and he kind of snaps his head up and is like, "Oh, sorry, what can I do for you?"
And she's like, you seem lost. You're looking for something?
Yeah, we were looking for a specific bar. I mean, I can't remember the name for the life of me.
Have you tried checking your phone? It seems your last time you checked, takes a deep inhale of her cigarette. Pretty sure the wire is supposed to be on the inside of the phone.
What do you mean
And she's
by
looking.
that? And he
She's
like pulls
looking
out
at
a
him and
regular. He pulls out a regular looking phone that is displaying a low battery. I just wanted to find a place to charge my phone, you know?
And she keeps her eyes locked on him, doing that thing that makes people uncomfortable, where they just stare at you with that look of they know you're bullshitting, but they're just waiting for you to slip up. She's just staring at them, watching them. Interesting.
Give me another wits and awareness check.
Alright. Anything? Do I gain anything from it, or just +1,
Nope,
or just
just
at
straight.
base? Oh, I can't do that, but nope. All right, I'm gonna re-roll 2. All right, 2 successes.
You can clearly tell that the both of them are avoiding your eyes, as if they don't want to look at you in the eyes.
And she's just like, I'm just like, you know, down here in Narlands, it's rude to not look at somebody in the eyes when you look at them, when you're speaking to them. She adds a bit of like subtle growl to like her tone.
You can see that their hackles are sort of up. They kind of just sort of fumble with the map, folding it up. Yeah, sorry. Problems with eye contact, you know. And we'll are we loitering? We're loitering.
And she's just like, nope, you're not loitering. I happen to know the person who owns this building, and you're not loitering right now. Whew. Are you tourists?
Yeah. Newlyweds on our honeymoon.
She looks at their ring. She looks at their hands subtly.
There are no rings.
And she does this in like a subtle look, but a very obvious that she notices that sort of thing.
The young woman swats the man's arm, just like, you idiot! Panicked, okay? No, we're siblings. Vacation. Sibling vacation. Catching up.
But then why would you say you're newlyweds? You from Alabama, Tennessee?
The girl lets out a nervous laugh at that, and the man goes bright pink. It's
Alright, cut the bullshit. She crushes, she's like, alright, cut the bullshit. Crushes the, like, still partially lit cigarette in her hand, just and, like, tosses it to the side. Cut the bullshit.
I'm gonna roll something here.
I guess I'm gonna say cut the bullshit, and for one of the few times, I'm gonna activate Daunt, just because.
Mm.
Free action. Yeah.
They
Right.
look at you, and they suddenly see. They see the bull. They see that scary side let out. They immediately drop their gaze, and the young woman reaches into her back pocket.
And Ophelia sees this, and she like stretches her arms up just enough that the vest holster of her giant Smith and Wesson can be seen. Just why don't we not?
Holy shit. Holy shit. They said. They kind of whisper to one another, panicked, and said, Look, we're, clearly on your turf. We'll just move along.
You're on my turf, but you're looking at something, looking for something. You're on my turf, and the fact that you said turf means that you know more than you're letting on. So spill it.
We're looking for something else. Someone else.
Is there anything that like Ophelia could easily pick up and probably like crush in her hands, like a big old rock or something?
I'll say that there's like a chunk of concrete laying off of a curb, a pothole
Ophelia
that nobody has repaired
filled.
yet.
Yeah, and she like looks at this like little chunk of concrete, with keeping eye contact with him, leans down, picks it up, holds it in front of her, and then just.
Roll me an intimidation manipulation
Okay.
with your daunt rating.
Yep, and so it's a plus. So it's another plus. Oh wait, hang on. I forgot.
So
I
you're
can just go all the way
rolling
down. Yep, I can go down here.
for 6.
Manipulation and intimidation.
You have Blush of Life activated?
No.
Okay.
She almost never does.
Even more intimidating.
Ooh,
I will say
bestial
you
failure.
would have had. Ooh. Bestial fail.
Mm-hmm. Does this make it more fun?
Always.
Yes. It does.
In
Oh,
what
boy.
way?
These poor people.
You want to convince these people even more to tell
Oh, that
you
inner Brujas
what they know.
kicking in. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Or
And-
what's your hunger at?
2.
Okay.
I'm doing okay there.
You want to intimidate these two so badly, but it seems like they're holding firm, either out of fear or spite, you don't know, but their tongues are locked. And that makes you mad. It makes you really, really mad.
And
And you want to convince these two by any means to spill what they know.
And so she looks to Tony and kind of gives like a whistle of get them off, get anybody that could potentially cause problems off the street.
He
And then
nods
goes back
and he
to
starts
looking
sort
at
of
the two.
herding. Yeah, he nods and he sort of starts shooing people away.
As soon as the street is clear, she has the young man by the throat, just pinned against the wall.
Frankie!
I'm not here to fuck around. And if the girl reaches for anything, like just as quick, suddenly the sawed off is pointed at her. I wouldn't run if I
Okay.
were you.
So this is going to be Dex and this is
I
gonna
have
be
to-
Dex and Brawl.
Thankfully, I have grappling when it comes to brawl. I'm gonna
Actually,
activate.
Wait.
Mhm.
This is gonna be Dex Athletics to
Athletics.
try and point the gun at her.
Oh, okay. Dexterity, athletics. 4 successes. What do you mean, Ophelia being small boy? Small baby. Oh. Okay, yeah. Just pounce. 4
Unfortunately,
successes.
unfortunately, before you
Yeah.
can point the gun at her,
Yeah.
you feel something. You feel something press into the center of your back, right over where your heart is.
And she's
you
just like,
have felt, and you have felt a stake before.
yeah, so she knows, and she's like, I see.
The girl shakily sort of says, "Put him down."
Here's the thing. And she looks back at the girl. This is not Ophelia. This is the beat. This is the bull. She looks back at the girl. Are you willing to risk his life to end mine? Because I'm not afraid to die.
Let him go, and we'll move on.
You don't get to move on anymore. And her grip tight. She's got him pinned against the wall, but her fingers are in the wall. So as her grip tightens on his throat, tracks appear in the wall. You don't get to move on anymore. I want answers. Steam is billowing off of her.
If I tell you what we're here for, will you let him go?
Depends.
We're looking
5.
for one of you.
Which one?
Just a tall man.
What
He's called the
for?
Tall Man.
What for?
We don't know. We're just on the payroll.
For?
She sort of
Speak up!
swallows before saying, "Hunters." Other
And
hunters.
Ophelia is like, do you want me to break his neck? If you don't, move to the front. Drop the stake.
She immediately drops the stake. You don't even have to roll intimidation. She drops the stake, holds up her hands. Listen, we meant no harm.
Move
We're just trying to figure out.
in front of me. Move in front of me. Now.
She shakily does, pressing her back against the wall.
And she lowers the man, but with her finger still in the wall, so there's just like deep grooves in the wall as she sets him back on his feet. And then she looks at the girl. Age.
I'm 20, he's 22.
So young. Are you two a couple?
He's my brother.
Why are you working with these guys?
We had nothing else. After our parents, we had nothing else.
Where's the device?
The girl holds up the device. It is essentially a modified phone, but it looks sort of as if it's gotten the Ghostbusters treatment. Wires sticking out, there's a clear handle.
Ophelia takes it with her takes it with her free hand. Yeah, Ophelia takes it with her free hand and looks at it. And she's just like, crushes it in her hand. Just
The girl swallows.
and then
Please let
as
him
she
go.
and then Ophelia reaches into her back pocket and pulls out her wallet and just lets the man go, but makes it very clear that they are not to leave.
The man collapses to the floor, coughing, wheezing. The girl quickly reaches down to sort of like rub his back and help him up.
Ophelia
Frankie,
does a couple.
I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. We need to get out of here.
No. First off, she's like, first off, first off, you don't get to run away. You almost put my wife in danger.
We were looking for
Shh.
specific.
I am not in the mood. And she goes through her wallet, and first thing she pulls out a business card, holds it out to the girl.
She looks confused, but slowly takes it.
It's to a clinic, and she's like, first off, before you leave. And she's like, first things first. When I let you go, take him there. The doctor, tell the doc that Ophelia sent you. It'll be paid for, expense free. Whatever's up, whatever damage I've done will be taken care of. Second, are you wanting to stay with the hunters, or are you trying to flee?
The girl kind of just looks on, sort of like a deer in headlights.
Boy, what do you want? Then?
He kind of glares up and sort of spits some bloody phlegm to the side and doesn't say anything.
Looks back to the girl. She has two business cards currently. She has two business cards poking out of the top of her wallet, and based on what they say, she'll give them one of the two.
Let us go. We're looking for you.
I know you're not looking for me. If you were looking for me, you would. If the hunters were looking for me, they wouldn't have done this. Because I didn't. Because you may be young, but I know for a fact that those hunters told you to be careful of the bronze bull. And at that, she lets out a snort of steam from her nose. Just.
They kind of shudder.
Now, and she hands the girl another business card.
She kind of takes it confused.
If you're trying to get away from the hunters, and it's the business card of an overseas shipping company. They can take you out of America, somewhere else, put you into hiding. Regardless, I'm assuming y'all are staying in one of those shitty hotels for the night. Am I right?
Not.
Ophelia pulls out a decent wad of cash, puts her wallet back in her pocket, licks her thumb and rifles through it until she probably pulls out like $300 and just hands it to the girl. Get yourself something to eat. And she gives them directions. One sec. and she gives them like some directions, like go, and she gives them some direction, and it's like go to the hotel at this address. Tell him Ophelia sent you. Get you a room for the night, and then I want you out of New Orleans by tomorrow.
The girl helps the young man to his feet, and he kind of glares.
Ophelia just looks at him with a look of pity, and but then looks to the girl and says, "And this is for you only." And she pulls out one last business card, grabs the girl's free hand, puts the business card in her hand with Ophelia's hand covering it, and then gives it to the girl, making sure the boy doesn't see it. Up to you.
Does he see you hand it to her?
Yeah.
He kind of swats your hand away and say, "Don't you touch my sister, you fucking blank."
And Ophelia's eyes snap to him. She leans down to look at him.
Franklin, enough. Let's just go.
You're just a kid. Though, got spunk. And she stands back up to full and looks at the both of them. Don't waste your life hunting monsters, kid. Unfortunately, anything that can live on this planet is capable of great evil. Same as humans. And she walks away, giving a bit of a wave. But then giving a bit of a wave, stops by an alley, looks down at a rat, and says, "Follow him." And then keeps going, and then goes back into the bar, back up to her apartment, and back up to where she was waiting for everyone else.
Amazing. With that scene wrapped up, let's move back over to Marcus. You had some business to take care of. Whenever you're ready.
Possibly one of the best or worst blank bodies to meet this thing. Yeah, it could have gone really good or really bad for them.
I was not expecting them to survive that encounter. You did an expert.
I was not expecting either. He's got a bruised windpipe for sure.
Now, why do you think she gave them basically the equivalent of free credit at a high-end clinic?
What's lean?
Because she knows one thing. Because she knows one thing. If they die, that'll send a message to the hunters. But if they live, that'll send a message to themselves. They got threatened and, almost killed. But at the same time, this monster still let them live. Intriguing. I can think. I know what I'm about.
Alrighty. Marcus, you're up next.
Okay. Let's go. Marcus knocks on the door, making his entrance into the art studio. At Xavier's, the artist's area. I didn't know what else to really say.
Studio. Yeah, the tattoo studio. You are let in, and you are greeted warmly by Birdie. Goldie is sort of sitting forlornly, as she usually does. And Birdie hops into the back, and Xavier comes out soon after. My, mes frères, you have brought me quite a crowd.
Yes, all for you, my friend. You know, our deal.
Ah, yes, you must be looking for quite the information load to bring me this many.
Hmm. Yes, I do actually have quite the intriguing question for you. Shall we take this conversation to the back?
Of course, I will have my security deal with them. Dimitri, Olaf, Statson, and three very large men in blazers take the small crowd to a back room, and you're led into sort of the seating area. So, mes frères, this is quite a gift.
This is. Now, I have quite the task of information to see if you can gather for me.
Go on.
We were able to get a sample of the formula that Kingmaker is using to help heal, he does air quotes, some of the sick around here.
I have heard briefly about it.
Well, Kingmaker is helping the sick with this little virus going around. However, I have been able to get to the point of finding out that this is more in our favor, if you know what I mean.
He raises an eyebrow.
It's quite targeted to our kind, my friend.
The disease?
Yes.
I see. This situation is grave then. First of Voz, and now this.
Yes. So, I want to see what your little birdies can find. Look into this company under Kingmaker, and he slides him some documents. I feel something is very related here.
I see. I will do my best, but what do you wish me to do with the bodies, the canvases?
I will send you a list afterwards, but he goes, Marcus leans in and he's like, you know I'm already building an army for the battle that's ahead of us.
Oh yes.
I need some more recruits.
Very much so.
I need more recruits. And he passes him a note inscribing what he wants and who he wants that to be done to.
I see. More to add to your arsenal. It will be done.
Then
I am not
we have a deal.
exactly an information gatherer, but I will find out through my connections.
Sounds like we have a deal then.
He offers his hand to shake.
Marcus extends and shakes his hand, the Spanish devilish grin coming across his face.
It is a pleasure doing business with you.
I smile in Spanish.
Always, my friend. I'll keep in touch.
I got. He looks at his phone. Something to take care of.
Mm. Hey, Marcus, answer a question for me really quick.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say that these people from Averjo's herd are innocent bystanders?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Is this going to be a stain incurring incident?
Stain.
Yes. Actually, 2 stains, because it breaks a tenet as well.
Oh.
No harming those who have stopped fighting or have no self-defense.
Oh, shit.
Surrender is surrender.
Damn.
Tisk,
Even
tisk.
Ophelia, and Ophelia pushes that line barely, like constantly. Stefan.
Stefan, I say.
Do you want to rethink your decisions?
Yeah, I do. I want to think. Oh.
If you're not careful, the rose may lose a petal.
Oh no. Every
That is
rose
such
has
a
its
good-
thorns.
I'm sorry, I had to. I will allow you. I'll make a devil's bargain with you.
Oh.
You can remove 1 stain if you weed out those who are truly just down on your luck, but the amount of your army will be halved.
Yeah.
Across this quite red bar
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. I'll do it.
All
Make
right.
that devil's bargain.
I could have told you. I could have told you this earlier, Stefan, while we were walking. I just chose not to. Yeah.
All right.
You guys speak in secrets.
Lovely.
Marcus leaves.
So Marcus, where you would have had 4, you now have 2.
Okay.
So whoever you want on that list, choose the top 2.
All right. All right. Marcus will stand and leave the room after making the deal. Heading
Lovely.
to the bar.
Sylvia, you've also gotten this message from Ophelia and Rise about the exploits at the hospital, and I
I'm
believe Rise still has Templeton. Oh wait, no, you have Templeton. He is
He has a
happy
fortress.
in a little hutch.
Templeton
Yeah,
got dropped
basically has
off.
a little hutch. Yes, he has a little hutch, and he has been washed and blow dried.
Oh, wait, why was he dirty?
Because he was digging in trash.
He was hungry. I was going to get him some
Templeton.
food.
Oh no.
He
That
also has a
breaks my
5-pound wheel of cheese now at his disposal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's gonna get rat diabetes. I'm so happy for him.
Well, he's a ghoul. So yeah, you have been watching over Templeton, and you get these messages. What would you like to do?
I send that meme of Eric Andre up against the gate. I think it's at a government building. It might be the White House, but he's like, "Let me in! Let me in!"
Yeah, it's like the Republican National Convention or something.
Yeah, I need to get into that hospital. I need Averjo to teach me his ways. This is the only way Sylvia will be able to reconcile with Averjo. Yeah, this is it.
I think Rise
Do
would
any of you
probably-
respond to this meme?
Yes. Rise would send probably a laughing emoji, but then send, "We're not at the hospital anymore, and Mom's mad at us," with Ophelia next to Mom in parentheses.
Fuck. Why?
Mommy
What
got
did
a
you do?
spank and probably break some ass.
You must have done something to deserve it, Sylvia types.
Rise will kind of, the same thing he said to Ophelia, downplaying the life-threatening parts, and is like, well, here you go.
Yes, but Sylvia, you are still currently in the middle of the hidden speakeasy beneath Crown Records, with the stairs guarded by 2 very burly guards. So, if you want to join this conversation, you're going to have to contact Marcus.
I call Marcus.
Hello?
Why are you guys in trouble? Where are you going? Come get me.
I already have somebody on their way to come pick you up. Be there
Excellent.
shortly. However, we did some stuff. And what happened was, we're in trouble now.
Spit it out. What did you guys freaking do?
Oh, we broke into a hospital.
Oh, that's why Ophelia's mad?
And other stuff happened, but we
Ugh.
done goofed.
You guys were heroes. Don't worry, I'll talk to Ophelia. Okay, see you
Alright.
later, bye.
See ya. And he hangs up.
And speak of the devil,
Welcome back.
Why did I just...
and speak of the devil,
As if that would be the same as hanging out with Marcus.
Oops. Yeah, goodbye, Marcus. Oh, wait!
speak of the devil. Yeah. Speak of the
Oh my
devil.
God.
Someone appears at the top of the stairs and whispers something to the guards. They step out of the way and they escort you out to a waiting car.
I pretend
And
I'm
now
like
you
doing
all-
a pap walk, trying to hide from the paparazzi.
Mm-hmm. Why is my connection being bungled?
Oh, it's happening to me too.
Did I pay it?
Discord.
I could have sworn I paid it for this year. Or for this month.
Yeah, just
What
seems
The
time is
government
it?
took
What
our
day is it?
Wi-Fi.
I know. Wow. Rude.
Fucking feds.
Shakes.
Maybe that's why my quality is always so low. I don't have nitro.
Yeah, Wi-Fi is completely paid off. I don't know why it's getting robotic. Maybe there's an outage or some shit. Anyways.
Maybe log and relog kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's not too
Maybe,
bad.
I don't know.
It's just a little weird. It seems to be everybody tonight. It gets a little garbled.
Mm-hmm. Anyways. What?
I heard a
I literally
sound
just
I think
heard
was Raven.
You are very
I think-
mumbled, Raven.
Oh my bloody god!
Yeah, it's like you're under.
Hold on, I need to. Hold on, I need to.
Something-
I need to find out what the hell's going on. All I can hear is a vague Indian accent, and I know it's Raven. Be right back.
Okay, thank you.
Anyways, we all
What were we
converge
doing?
on the scene. We're converging on Broken with Ophelia in an interrogation chair as everyone arrives.
Okay. Averjo has not yet made it there.
If Rise
He will
is the
arrive
first,
fashionably late.
Have you been?
I got hot dogs.
if Rise is the first one to show up, he is like definitely not going up to Ophelia's. He's like hiding at the bar with like a hood up, being like, I don't want to be the first one to walk in there.
The bartender
say-
would have like recognized Rise and given them a drink of like, my regards. I will be at your funeral.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I storm into the bar and I say, Ophelia, if everybody else also fucked up big time, then they have to go on house arrest too, okay? I don't want to be the only one anymore.
Wow.
She's
Ophelia is
Sylvia's,
upstairs.
yeah, Sylvia just says this to the bar.
That's so
I
good.
mean, I storm upstairs.
Bursts into
you
Ophelia's
upstairs
blow
house.
past
lock the
Rise?
door.
Wherever Ophelia is, I storm up to her.
She's in her room.
I say that.
As you go to the door and it's unlocked, so you just come in and it's just a dark room, and she's like, she has her drink, like, you know, sitting dramatically.
The drama.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh,
Do I keep
Alright.
getting disconnected or someone else?
Someone else.
No, that was me.
Someone else.
Yeah.
I just wanted to relog just to refresh my stuff.
Smart.
onion lettuce.
Yes, but
Mm.
you storm up the stairs towards Ophelia's apartment, throw open the door, and say,
I don't
if
want to be
everyone
the
else
only
is
one
in
on.
trouble. Yep.
Oh,
They should be on
believe
house
me.
arrest too.
Oh, believe me, they won't. Also, why are you on house arrest? Ophelia doesn't turn around or say anything. She's like, also, why are you on house arrest?
Marcus thought I should be here for their collective punishment. I don't know. Maybe he's like a masochist or something.
No, no, he's not. Yeah, he's not. He might be. He might be. I went snooping around his apartment once. I found some of the things that he and Jade keep under their bed.
Gross. That's too much information.
Believe me, I wish I could forget. Long dramatic sip from the stein.
Rise, I'll say that you spotted Sylvia storm past you. She was wearing like a baseball cap with her hood drawn up.
Rise is just sitting there with his like drink shaking slightly, like, oh god, we're all gonna die. He'll like text Marcus and Alistair, be like, where are you both? Help!
Where are you? And I'm so sorry.
Hi, Kitty. Kitty break.
Gibby.
Look at how cute.
Yeah.
Why is the cat's face censored?
I don't know. It's funny.
the cat's
was a
face is
bad
censored. And about
pussy.
the cat's face is censored and it's about to be hit with the. Oh yeah, I was there when Dave Johnson killed all those people.
Oh no.
About to be hit with the Dateline, like black, like blurred out face, deep voice shit.
Anyway, so yes, Rise would text Alistair and Marcus and be like, Sylvia's here. I don't want to go upstairs. Where are you both?
Aw.
Stefan's probably getting a wiener.
God, Stefan, come back. God.
There have been too many innuendos in the past 5 minutes.
Sorry.
Listen, I'm putting wieners in my mouth. Shut up.
How many?
2.
Nice.
I don't have a gag reflex.
Don't make me mute you.
Ooh.
Anyway.
And what I was saying before was, I was like, try turning it on and off again.
Yes.
I literally just heard.
Yeah, you sounded like you were
Oh my
underwater
bloody God.
so far away.
I'm so sorry, sir.
Anyway, yes, so I leave it up to Marcus and Alistair now. Congrats.
Marcus just like is now walking up the stairs as his phone goes off, and he's like, "I'm here. I'm already here."
Okay.
Mm.
Can I say what Averjo has done
Headphones
before he
died.
got
1
here?
moment.
Yep, no worries.
Sure.
Please hold. Technical difficulties.
Alistair,
did you want to respond while we wait?
Alistair is currently in the kitchen
Ah, okay, got you.
and,
Alistair is in the
and away from headphones.
There we go.
Welcome back.
Moon was just changing headphones over, and you can reply back in a sec, okay? Alright.
Yes, I'm back.
I'm muting myself again. Take care, guys.
All right. Can Averjo say what he's done before he gets here? He'll be last. Okay. Averjo first went to the corner store to grab a big gulp for the blank guy, or we'll call him Steve for the moment, so I can always remember. So I'll just call him Steve.
Same name as my boss. I love it.
So it's either Steve or Dave, one of the two. So Steve, he just starts calling this person Steve now. He fully forgot what their name was before. He got it once probably, but they forgot their name, so he can do them whatever he wants to. So here you go, Steve. He goes to the convenience store, gets him 2 big gulps of Sprite and Dr. Pepper, not of each, just 1 and 1. And then heads off, goes to the bank real quick, goes to the teller at the bank zoo. We don't have to roleplay all this, just so I can get it done quickly. Housekeeping. Before he goes into the vault, he takes the trash bag out, fills 1 big gulp with a full sample of this sludge, basically. Bags that 3 different times, zip ties, bags it again, puts the big bag in the vault, goes off to see the fat cat. Before that, he texted him. He looked through his notes, saw that Rise was number 13 on the list. So he just told the fat cat to make him a 13 with a T this time, a T mixture blood. And drops off the sludge sample in the big gulp in the bag to the fat cat, collects what he needs, and then heads to the Broken after he finally looks at his phone.
Okay, so you gave Fat Cat some blood.
Yep.
Or you bumped up Rise on the waiting list, pretty much.
Basically, he called in one of his smaller favors to have the fat cat put everything down and make him a quick order so he can have it for later. Because he's going to give Rise a gift when he stays over, when he has his sleepover. So he did that while also dropping off the sludge sample with him because, I don't know, he's an alchemist. See what he can do with it.
Cool. All right. So now you head to Broken. to await the fate from a very pissed off Ophelia.
Yep. And he takes Steve with him.
I'll say that Rise is
Steve
definitely...
is very confused.
It's okay.
Where am I?
You're with me.
What?
I am Averjo. You had a stroke, and I'm your grandpa, and I wanted to make sure you're doing good, little guy. Your name's Steve. Do you remember your name, Steve?
Yeah, my name's Steve, but how are you my grandpa? And he kind of like looks between himself and Averjo. He is African American.
Adoption. Yes, definitely.
That's a wild bull for a lie.
Well,
I mean,
you were adopted.
It's very rare, but it does happen.
Of course.
So, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I have to remind you of this. You were adopted. Your parents were shot in an alleyway. You said you swore revenge against them.
Batman?
You just made
I'm
Steve
sorry, I had
Batman? Oh, God.
I was about to say I had the perfect gift for that one.
I was trying.
Is his girlfriend Rachel? Where's Rachel?
No, we've already established this. His girlfriend's name is Catwoman because Talia offed herself. Or got off by Joker.
Riddle me this, black man.
Spider.
Okay, we're getting off topic.
Yeah,
It's my
sorry.
fault. I put this man into this here. But they were shot, and I'm so sorry you have to find that out again. But I've been taking care of you, and I think this would be you were in an accident, and I think this would be a good way to restart your life. You haven't been looking
Give me
good.
manipulation persuasion.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby.
Please.
You got him in his wheelhouse. That is a manipulation 5. Persuasion is 4. So that's a dice pool of 9.
Oh, also, sis, let me know when you gotta get going. I know it's kind of late.
I'm
for ya.
probably gonna go, probably right about now, actually.
Oh.
Sorry, guys.
Have a good one. I'll just have
Just-
Sylvia on.
Sylvia's
NPC
just
mode.
going insane in the corner, desperately looking out the window. Because she hasn't seen the
Heading,
outside world in so long. And, yeah, you can put her back on house arrest whenever you want.
I'm just
heading Templeton.
With Templeton.
I'm just picturing Sylvia you know that scene in the first Beetlejuice movie where he's sitting in the waiting room.
Question: how tall is Sylvia?
Short.
Sylvia is now the evil cat that Ophelia is petting while she sits in the chair. Sylvia is in Ophelia's lap, and Ophelia is just gently stroking Sylvia's hair.
Human touch. It's been so long.
I'm sorry, Spider, but I was picturing more Megamind with the brain bot.
Hell yeah. Okay. Good night, everybody. Love you, sis.
Good
Lena?
night.
Good night.
Love you.
I just want to say it's a pleasure having you. Hopefully we can have you in more scenes next time, and good luck with the wedding.
Thank you. Thank you. I think we'll have one more session before the wedding, but yeah, I'm getting
I'll
excited.
probably cancel it just because I have some. Well, I'll see how I feel.
See how you
We'll
feel.
have a wedding in this session.
I don't know if Callie will get on board with that, but
Oh
my little rat. Oh,
look at him.
Okay,
so
okay.
happy.
Night. Bye, everyone. Thanks,
Good
Jesse.
night.
Bye.
Goodbye.
love him. He's perfect. Look at the little Templeton.
Oh, I found a better picture.
Oh, look at him and his little cheese.
Have you seen guinea pigs after they've been washed and blow over dried? They're so cute. They look like little nuggets.
Yes, I love them.
I'll find one. Washed and blow dried guinea pig.
Give me the floof babies.
I found one that's like in the middle of being blow dried.
Ready.
It's funny seeing them get blow dried too.
Whoosh.
Yep.
Oh
Yep,
my
that sounds about right.
goodness. Yep. Anyway, I'm sorry, where were we? I was just
This one just looks like a toupee. Hold on.
Look, it is a toupee. Phew.
Anyways,
3 successes.
please describe to me the wrath of Ophelia.
Oh, wait, average Joe did 3 successes. For
3 successes on. Sorry, what? Oh, manipulation, persuasion. He doesn't seem especially convinced. I had a stroke. Then why am I not in the hospital or something?
Well, you were. You just got cleared.
And like, man, man, there's so many different things going on. I'm just gonna.
All right.
Fuck, where's...
All right. I'm trying again. Cloud memory.
All right. He tries to, walk away, and then you hit him with cloud memory.
Yep. I'll do a quick rouse check. Or is that rouse?
Yeah, cloud memory is a rouse check.
Damn it. All right.
I think.
Please don't be at Hunger 4, I beg you.
No, I'm at Hunger.
We don't need this again.
Oh, no cost.
No, it's
Oh,
free.
good. Yeah.
It's just
It's been a short
opposing pool.
interaction. Canonically, he
Yeah,
has
so
used
you
this
see
multiple
his-
times when he's messed up.
Yeah, his eyes kind of glaze over before blinking, and he's like, "What? Where am I? Who the fuck are you?"
I am not your grandfather. I am a good friend of your family's. You've had an accident a while ago. You're having memory issues. Just stick here. I promise everything will make sense. Just give your mind time to recuperate.
Alrighty, another manipulation persuasion, please.
Cloud memory, infinite retries.
Wouldn't chloroform be
If I
easier at
can't
this
do
point?
anything and I don't use willpower, I will game the system.
Rise is like watching from the bar, like, what is he doing? Who is
Right.
that? He brought someone from the hospital.
To hunger. 8 successes this time.
You convince him, front hook, line, and sinker. He's like, "All right, I guess. But I'm
Just
Steve."
So, yes, Steve. It's all right, Steve. You can just call me Maury. Yes.
Maury. Okay.
Yeah, don't worry. Just chill. I have to make some stops. We'll get this all sorted in a bit, okay? Oh,
okay.
and here. He pulls out the big gulp of Sprite that he didn't drink. Have this.
Oh.
A little bit of pop.
He blinks and he accepts it and sips on it.
All right. Off to go. Oh, Steve, do you like would you like a drink?
A drink? Like,
Yeah.
But what? You just gave me one.
Oh, I meant something alcoholic. Sometimes it eased the nerves.
Alcohol. What is that?
Oh boy.
Oh, damn. You got hit pretty hard. Don't worry about it. We're going to a bar. You'll get you a drink and we'll figure this all out. I promise. And he drives to Broken.
All right, you head to Broken. Feel like I should probably clarify at this point. How much of his memory did he take? Is this just all the memories? Like, he still has functional memories of, like, what stuff is, who, like, popular culture is. It's just, like, he has no recollection of his past?
We can kind of homebrew it how we want to, but I think in the description it says it wipes all memory. So I think it's up to our interpretation. All his experiences that has made him throughout life are gone. The conception of them, all of the experiences that make Steve who he was are now gone. He's starting anew. There might still be instinct that's built in, but as for anything foundational, he knows how to breathe. But yeah, that's my interpretation, is that anything that made him who he was, he's basically starting anew. He's not a baby. He's just a grown man who basically lost everything.
I will say that substances were a pretty big part of his personality, so good on you for reintroducing those to him.
Yep. He had a hankering of an idea that might be the case.
Yes, so you head to Broken, and you get Steve set up at the bar. Or are you bringing him with you to Ophelia's?
No.
Oh God.
No, we don't have enough cloud memory for this.
Yeah. He goes.
We don't have enough hospital beds for this.
Seriously.
He doesn't plan on ghouling him at the moment, but it's definitely on the It's definitely on the docket, possibly. But no, he's just going to set him up with the bartender and then probably look around for the only other person who hasn't made it yet, which is Alistair.
So, Alistair, what have you been doing before going to Broken?
Alistair hasn't even made it back to his haven before he got the text. And he's been ignoring his phone for like the past half hour. He's been Ubering back to his haven because most of the texts have been from Zell. And
he sees there's a few more pictures in there.
And he looks down at his phone and he sees an un-Zell-like text, looks in the group chat, sees it as Ophelia, curses under his breath, and then just like tells the Uber to make another stop and he'll pay extra.
See, you know what's funny? I didn't know you could request extra stops on an Uber until like 2 weeks ago.
It's super
You can! It is.
I remember.
So thank you to the boys for telling me about that.
And honestly, if I have to pay extra just to put another stop on there, I will fucking do it because most of the Uber drivers here are actually really nice.
Awesome. Anyways, continue.
Are you making another stop after you get to your haven or before you get to your haven?
No, I haven't even made to the haven yet, so I'm just adding Broken to this and just scheduling the Uber for later because I know that after Ophelia chews me out, I am probably going to be heading straight back to my haven and having a long, stiff drink.
Oh, that's the name of the guy that you're getting with. Stiff.
Giggity.
Zell. No, Zell's not even in New Orleans. He's in Chicago.
For now.
You want him to be in New Orleans?
We'll discuss that down the track, Moon. We'll have to try to find some way to work him into this.
Yeah.
I feel like
I
we're
would
shooting
love
past Alistair and hitting the player somehow.
Happy to
Anyways.
roleplay him if you want.
I mean, you guys have seen what Zell looks like. He won't be hard to spot.
I know.
Anyways, let's continue.
Yeah. So, Alistair puts the initial stop, pays the extra fee, and just goes to Broken. The moment he walks into the bar, he can see Avasho and Rise are huddled in a corner, and he just curses under his breath and walks over.
Rise is like leaning close to Marcus and Everjo and being like, please, I don't want to go in first. Please don't make me go in first. I don't want to get punched.
Why are we afraid?
I pulls out his phone and hands it to Everjo. Do you see this text? Do you understand
Yes.
the connotations of this text from Ophelia?
No.
We're dead.
I doubt that.
The bartender does the same thing. Gets everybody a drink. The drink that everyone gets is literally called the Your Funeral.
Sob.
And it's
It was-
basically just a Long Island iced tea.
Yep, it is literally called Your Funeral, and it's supposed to be a delicious drink because it'll be the last one you ever have.
You have.
I can
no
actually
idea how
raise
funny
one
that is
better.
for
Death in the
Please,
Afternoon.
Moon, thank you.
No, not even that. It's literally just called Your Funeral because they made it specifically for these moments when Ophelia is pissed.
Rise just like
But
sitting there, he
seriously-
like puts a straw in his drink. He's like, you think she doesn't know we're here yet? You think we could just leave and she wouldn't know?
Oh, so it's absinthe and champagne, the Death in the Afternoon.
Oh, that's even
Yep.
worse. I'd get up on that.
Oh yeah, no, it's not
This
that.
one,
She didn't.
this one is that, but with Everclear.
Oh God, mercy.
Oh my god.
So
she-
absinthe,
every-
champagne,
everyone
and
gets-
Everclear.
Oh Lord.
Yep, everyone
God.
gets a Your Funeral.
I can only drink this in blood. Why are you giving me this?
It is in
yeah.
blood form.
Okay.
Fun fact about Death in the
Please don't
Afternoon,
drink mine.
depending on how dry the champagne is, actually affects how strong it hits you.
Damn.
Rise takes a sip and like almost gags, and he's like, "Oh my God, we're so dead."
Arajo knocks the whole thing back and just like, not bad. Had better.
Rise will
Alistair-
find. Oh, go ahead.
Alistair just drains the entire thing and orders a second one because this is not the first time he's had a champagne drink.
Now that one you will have to pay for.
Oh, I'm fine with it. I'm paying for the Uber back to my haven, so I've already paid for the extra stop here.
Ophelia is still waiting.
Yep.
Rise is just like, all right, I guess we should get this over with. Marcus, you should go first. It flashes him a smile.
Alistair just pays for the second drink and downs it and stands up. Since you are all too fucking chicken shit, I'm going.
Oh, thank God.
I love that.
And
Thank
for the
good, 'cause
record,
Everjo was one
I had
step
the
away
least
from just
involvement in
walking
all
up.
of this. This is the eulogy to your funeral.
All your fault.
So this has nothing to do with me.
No, but
Uh,
it wasn't my plan either.
it was mine.
Exactly.
All
Huh.
right. And Rise will stand in the back behind all three of them, just in case.
Averjo genuinely isn't scared at this moment, but hearing how everybody else is frightened, he's thinking to himself, second guessing, should I activate Blood to Dust? Nah.
The
I just
answer is
follow
always
that
yes
first.
to Ophelia.
Alistair just confidently walks up to where Ophelia's apartment is and knocks on the door.
And she says, Alistair, if you don't bring the rest of them, I will
I
kill you.
swear we're here.
I'm right
We're
here.
here.
Come on, don't
Alistair
ignore my
opens
presence.
the
I know you
door
usually
so
do,
that
but
way
come on.
it's flush against the wall and she can see that everyone is behind him.
It's like there's just all you see is a dark room and the turned around chair. Just come in.
Sure thing.
Rise will
do you
like
have any
slide
seats?
in behind everybody.
And as like the door shuts, Ophelia is just gonna just long sound of a deep like from her drink and just so who wants to tell me?
Tell you.
We saved many mortals. Yes?
Yeah. Oh. Everybody seems to be pretty on edge for some reason. Hi. Just helping with, well, I just wanted to help out some of the mortals. Give them a cure, stuff like that. I mean, kind of worked as a publicity stunt for Marcus, so all's well that ends well, pretty much.
Sylvia pipes up from behind Ophelia's chair. You still need to teach me that thing.
Yeah, I don't mind. You haven't really,
Yeah, but I've
earlier
been
the
locked
other
in a
night,
fucking
you were
basement
pretty...
for the past 2 nights.
I mean, you didn't reach out and say you wanted my help. This is the first I'm hearing of it.
Ophelia slowly turns the chair around and looks at everyone. And for the first time ever, there's no shifting in her eyes. There's no mixture of like things. There's just one color. It's just this is the Ophelia, and she is disappointed.
How would Evershow react to disappointment?
Rise like mumbles. I think we did good.
I'm not saying you didn't. But
Now there's always a but.
Alistair, you're supposed to be the reasonable one. And yet, you allowed Rise to be influenced and allowed Rise to do something stupid. I expect this kind of thing from Joe.
Good to know where we stand.
Not you.
I have no defense, but at least none of us frenzied in the middle of a hospital surrounded by sick patients.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We also found out some interesting information while we were there.
We'll get to that. I get the feeling, and she looks over at Rise.
If Rise could have looked almost like angry, flustered. That's kind of what you're getting.
Ophelia is just like, Cellrise. Did anyone get hungry?
Well, I mean, yeah, but
Little parched?
we took care of it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I brought along 6 blood batteries. So we had ample opportunity to feed if we need. I knew it was going to be a trying night. Though Alistair, was it Alistair? Which one of you found out one of them was infected again?
I think that was either Rise or Marcus, because we're the ones who can use... Unless, Alistair, can you also use Sense the Unseen?
Let me
I think
check
it was
my
Marcus
sheet.
who figured it out, though.
And Marcus, Mr. King himself, managed to find out one of them was infected, so, I mean, it's hard to get anything past those eyes. But yeah.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. So, while I was taking care of my sick wife, gestures to the closed door, I was putting faith in the fact that you all would not be idiotic. I was clearly proven incorrect. Again.
This Rise kind of like bristles and he like stands up a little straighter. He's like, I mean, it's not like we went in swinging. It was a pretty solid plan between Marcus's persuasion and, you know, all of us. We know how to blend in with a medical crowd. I think we handled it quite well.
Perhaps. But what would have happened if, per se, you, needed to fight your way out?
Well, I mean, we would have handled it, I mean, but we didn't really need to.
Also does something that's would be surprisingly out of character even for everyone who has known him beforehand. He literally takes a small satchel out from his coat, which is still reeking of the ichor that the patients had tacked up, walks over and tosses it at Ophelia's feet. It unrolls to reveal quite an impressive arsenal of knives and small concealed weapons.
Oh shit.
And she looks at it and just... Mm-hmm.
I mean...
As you can see, we never had to use these.
Just because... And yet... I will say this.
And we never put Rise in any further danger.
You can see that Rise kind of bristles again. I'm not stupid.
No, you're not. It's everyone else I'm worried about.
They're not stupid either, Ophelia. We
Looks at Average Joe.
We did something that was risky. And hey, Average Joe put his life on the line. Or, I think. It was really, really complicated, and we couldn't have done it without him, okay?
Well, thank you for the compliments And, yes. Do you have questions for me?
Alistair
Or them?
brusquely cuts him off and explains to Ophelia. 14 people were killed that night because Avajo took on the very dangerous task of using his own body and in a considerable amount of vitae and turned himself into a human or vampiric IV drip. If it wasn't for his sacrifice, we wouldn't have gotten as far as we did. And it also proves that these people can be cured.
And she's just like, well then, I won't say that I'm not disappointed and expected better, but Molly insisted I go easy on all of you.
Are you just butthurt because we didn't invite you?
Ophelia's eyes snapped to Joe in a very threatening manner.
He's used to this. If that's the reason why, I mean, it would be understandable. I get it, but I mean, I wanted to give you time with your love. She's little, you know.
Ophelia slowly stands up and sets Sylvia on the chair.
And, you know, he did have his small arsenal, and you are kind of a pun intended bull in a china shop, so maybe more discreet was the better way.
She's just walking closer, slowly.
But, in all honesty, I just wanted to help them. I took inspiration from Sylvia, even though I chastised you, and he looks at Sylvia, and then looks back at the approaching, Ophelia.
Moon, I did roll 2 rouse checks just now.
Oh, god damn it. Fuck.
4.
I think you know.
You're punching him.
Alistair,
I am punching him.
Alistair quickly moves out of the way because even though no one else can see it, there is a very slight twitch in Ophelia's hand, where you can see the veins are starting to pump blood, preparing for something that's going to hurt.
Can I finish what I was going to say, or does he actually, or does she actually cut Avajo off?
Rise might do something stupid.
Yeah. Ophelia.
If it's okay, Rise would also like to notice what's happening, and he's going to just slide between Avajo and Ophelia, like, oh, please don't.
Slide.
Yes, you see immediately that you see
Alright, I'm back.
Ophelia's
Sorry, I was doing stuff.
fist.
Oh, shit.
You see Ophelia's fists tense. You see her set her jaw. You can see sort of like this surge of energy flowing through her. She's about to just rock Avajo's shit.
And simply just because he said, are you jealous that you didn't get to come with us?
Question for Ophelia. Does she cut him off with a punch before he can finish what he's saying, or do I get to finish what I was about to say?
No, you get cut off. I'm just telling you I rolled it. I'm just telling you rolled it.
Since that's happening, and Rise...
Unfortunately, Rise has slipped between you two.
Yeah.
Yeah, she stopped. She's like, looks down. Her eyes just slowly look down at Rise.
It's not that short, don't forget. My boy's 6 foot.
Oh, I thought she looked. No, her eyes lock with Rise's, just like slowly, and it's it's not the bull, but it's not just base Ophelia.
Rise is kind of like keeping eye contact, like, please don't.
And she looks at Joe.
He could, since Rise is interposed between, he finishes what he was saying while still giving reverence to what is happening. Well, I took inspiration from Sylvia, even though I chastised those actions. Sometimes something needs to be done, or people are going to die a lot quicker, and I didn't like the thought of that. And luckily,
got her eyes just like locked on Joe, and she's just like, do you honestly fucking think that I care about missing a scrap?
maybe?
Rise will kind of like motion as like a hand to Average Joe for a second. I know, Ophelia, looking back to Ophelia, that we did something stupid and you weren't there to protect us. But we did it. And can you say you're, proud of us for doing it and getting out alive?
Oh, no. You misunderstand, Rise. I'm extremely proud. But at the same time, I refuse to possibly lose you all because of a stupid mistake.
Okay.
And in case something goes wrong.
I have you on speed dial.
She's keeping her eyes locked on Joe, and like she is not calmed down. She is still like fully charged.
Oh, this is perfect. This is perfect timing. So Average Joe seeing this, seeing everything that's going on, you can make me roll for it if you'd like, but just seeing that something's riled her up even before we got here, it seems. He's like, okay, this might actually get messy. And I think he's gonna use Panacea. And she's staring him down. It's like the perfect opportunity, just like kind of influence and say, calm down.
Yes. Say the one thing you should never say to a woman. Calm down.
Well, what's Panacea do again? Auspex 2. It's like quell the beast.
It
heals willpower.
You could probably do. Yeah. I think Panacea is manipulating emotion.
Mm-hmm. Which is what he does. Yes, Panacea heals willpower coaster. Use one more subject same night, cost expensive. Okay, yeah, it doesn't really say anything about necessarily doing that. It's just healing willpower. So rules as written, I don't think that works. So maybe never mind.
I'll look it up.
Gotcha.
You said it was Auspex?
Yeah.
Yes, aspects too. Man, I keep saying how badly I want Average to fight Ophelia, yet I somehow seem to always back away from doing that as Average.
I mean,
has
Ophelia
Ophelia
is.
willpower and calms nerves. So
That's what it was.
I would say it would work in this context.
Alright. It's not the biggest pool, it's only 5.
So it doesn't have
no.
a resistance pool.
Oh. Gotcha.
So it's 1 rouse check.
Okay. I'll say as myself right now, this doesn't necessarily stop what his intent is not to stop what she is doing, but if the outcome is going to be a little bit messy, this turns a massacre into just mild murder.
A good beating.
Just a good, you know. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to do a rouse check.
Yep.
A good old flipping. Like, as much as I'd love for that to go all out, not the place. Hunger increase. Okay. All right, going up to hunger 2 or hunger 3. And just, I think how it manifests is Average just locks eyes with Ophelia. And he genuinely looks remorseful, remembering, I think it's at this moment, fully comprehending what he could have done tonight, seeing that he could have harmed more, and felt remorse and felt himself slipping again into those older bad tendencies. I think it's that look of remorse mixed with like, what do you call it, puppy dog eyes mixed with that. That he just shows Ophelia, and it has some effect.
Her eyes squint, and almost like a vent being mildly released, she deactivates Fists of Cain.
Oh god.
Man, 2 rouse checks. Woo!
Rise
Just
will kind of offer a smile and then just like lunges into a hug with Ophelia. See? We did it. We're not dead. And it's not quite solved, but we'll get there.
She pats the top of Rise's head and then lifts him up by the shoulders, turns him to the side, sets him next to her, and returns her eyes to Joe.
Rise is like, oh, come on.
And she continues walking towards Joe. Slowly. Everyone knows if she wanted to, she could blitz Joe very easily. She's giving Joe time to prepare. To do what he has to do to survive this hit that is coming regardless.
Average Joe. I'm just gonna make a. No, I'm not gonna make a roll. I'm gonna make a character decision. Average Joe just smiles and puts out his hand because he stopped standing the second he came to this room. He actually sat down, kind of. I'll say monk style, not crisscross, but with his feet against his feet. And just puts out his hand as if reaching out for her to help him up to his feet. And just kind of smiles.
She does help him up. And then, with her other hand, she grasps his main hand and individually closes the fingers on her fist, winds back.
Oh. Hi. Thanks for letting me up.
and straight into his stomach. Just boom.
Ooh.
Rise is just like,
Mhm.
oh.
And you don't have blood to dust activated?
Average Joe isn't going to do anything.
It hits your stomach like a freight train. You feel
Mhm.
you feel your ribs ripple from the sheer force. If you still have gag reflex, you would have thrown it immediately.
Mm.
It knocked the wind out of you. Your
All the
whole torso just trembles. And it hurts so bad. I would say this is too superficial.
Too superficial? Damn, okay. I thought it'd be, well, no Fist of Cain, so that makes sense. He takes it.
It's not.
I mean, his
though, is
feet.
it?
No. She deactivated Fist of Cain, but kept prowess.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure if
Okay,
it was
how
Fist of
much damage
Cain,
would
we would
that
have
add?
no torso.
Well, considering the fact I'd be rolling 16 dice, I'll leave it to you, Moon.
Like
Why
I
don't
said,
you
yeah,
roll
How do you
that?
get 16?
Because prowess adds my potence. I have 5 in strength, 5 in brawl, 5 in potence, and then a +1 because of specialty in brawl boxing.
Oh my
Okay.
god. Yes, please roll it. I have a
So
large
roll-
health pool, so
roll
please.
that.
Let's see what we got. Oh, you got lucky. Only 5. I'm not gonna re-roll this for your sake. Only 5.
Are you sure you don't want to?
No, Ophelia's sending a message. She's not actually trying to like hurt Joe. She's just trying to make it clear. Like she wants to remind Joe she can do more. She's sending a message. Because if she actually wanted to hurt Joe,
That's it to 3 superficial damage.
yeah, because if she actually wanted to hurt Joe, she would have blinked to Joe and hit him.
Yeah. He's, Avajo. So what happens to Avajo with this? Taking out almost a full half of his superficial bar, just a little less than half, since he has 11 for his health tracker. Yeah, that's a sizable chunk. There's definitely some. I don't know if dead bodies bruised. So, but there's definitely, you can see that his different parts of his innards have been crushed completely. And if he didn't have his cloak still on to cover or be able to cover the damage, it would be immediately visible to anybody who saw him that something's not right with his stomach. Something's very, very, very wrong. I think there's even one compound fracture of a bone sticking out.
Yeah, she hits him like a train. She does not hold back. She follows through on that punch.
I mean, obviously his legs come off the ground.
Yeah, he goes up just.
And I think he lands onto the floor. In the entire time, not a single sound except for his bones snapping was made, and he still makes no sound when he slowly gets to his gets to his
You
feet.
misunderstood. Ophelia helps him to his feet, brushes him
Again.
off, then helps him to his feet again, brushes him off, and then goes to the fridge, pulls out a blood bag, and tosses it to him.
He
What,
just nods.
To do it again.
Basically, it's just like it's the equivalent of like, just remember that. And then she's like, and then after she watches Joe, she waits for Joe to take the blood bag.
Averjo smiles, still saying nothing. Walks over, grabs the bag.
Oh, she tossed it to his feet, like just.
Looks at the bag on the floor and begins to speak, and just a good glob of blood just falls from his mouth as he talks, which kind of turns to half dust as it hits the ground. I don't appreciate the gesture, but this will do nothing for me. But this will do nothing for me. I can only take from the tap. I will... I'm gonna go downstairs. You have a good night, Ophelia.
Before you go, there were hunters looking for you earlier. I sent them on their way.
His posture changed.
Yeah, she's like, despite your proclivities and whatnot, you're still a friend. I'll be damned if anybody gets to you. So, but what I did, let's not say a warning, as a reminder, and I'm going to tell you this now. I don't plan to do that again. So please don't give me a reason to. I've just started to like you. And she goes to, and then she goes to her room, looks back at Joe, and it's just, rest well. And she's like, rest well. Take someone from the bar.
Before Ophelia reaches her room, Marcus kind of twiddles his thumbs and says, "Is this a bad time to mention that we were asked to come back to heal more people?"
And she stops and she just is like, no. In fact, and she looks at Joe, I'm proud of you. All of you. And I don't say that lightly. You did something I could never even imagine doing. And you did something good for the people of New Orleans. So don't stop. Not in these days. Not in these times. We need more people like you in this world. Go.
Oh shit, wait, I'm still in here.
Averjo, before she could stop, or before she finishes the last bit of what she said, picks up the blood bag off the floor, walks up to Ophelia, puts his hand out for hers, not the one with the blood bag in it, just palm straight up. Would you hold my hand for a moment?
She quirks an eyebrow and does so.
He puts the blood bag in her hand, and he leans in close, leaning down. Even if she hates it, he kind of squats a bit so he can meet her eye to eye. And just says, "Thank you. That's the first time I think you've called me a friend. And I've said something to them this night. And I will say it to you as well, because it does apply to you. I think you're a good influence on me. So thank you. And he will pull her in close and try to just give it. It doesn't matter if it damages him. He's going to try to headbutt her as hard as he can. Head to head, skull to skull. Oh, this is not his forte. Strength and brawl. That's a dice pool of 3.
Joe's about to like just hurt himself.
I know.
feel like,
Man,
I feel
already
like
knew
this
this
is
was about to happen.
I feel like this is the fist of friendship rather than magic of friendship at this point.
Yeah,
that's kind of where he's going. He's kind of mimicking what she's done. Roll 3, but in his own way. Hunger 3. Oh god, let's see what happens here. 2 successes.
Ophelia hit Joe with one of these.
Ooh, damn it.
And what was the roll?
Strength and brawl.
2 successes. Oh, I also do strength and brawl.
All right, I'm back. Sorry, my audio cut out for a minute.
Or I don't know what this would be.
She's not trying to dodge it. If he goes to headbutt her, she's gonna
Let's
like
do
not move fully, but like
athletics.
dex, stamina, and dex or stamina or in athletics.
It's just stamina athletics.
Stamina athletics. 4 successes.
Okay.
So yeah. What happens?
Sorry, I've.
A headbutt of friendship.
I mean, how many did you roll, Fox?
I got 2 successes with a dice pool of 3 with 3 hunger.
How much did you get?
2 successes.
Unfortunately, Averjo, it is like headbutting a brick wall.
Which I feel like Joe has done before.
You slam your
familiar
head against
sensation.
Ophelia's forehead with a resounding crack. You feel the goose egg forming on your forehead. You take 1 point of superficial damage.
Hell yeah. Well, still, for flavor, he achieved annoying her by this fact. All the blood that was in his mouth that was very dusty just got sprayed into her face, and now she has a face full of like somebody threw a water balloon filled with blood that's turning to dust slowly all over her face.
And she just like looks at, like quirks her eye, looks at Joe, and just.
He's smiling.
It just, like lifts her eyebrows, like, all right. Now, Joe. And she's like, oh, Joe. Go down to the bartender. Ask him for the Slendy special.
You named one after me. You're too kind. All right. Anybody drinks on
Everyone
Ophelia?
has one. And she's just like, you say this like that wasn't always like a thing. When have I not paid for drinks when here?
Oh, shit. One thing I forgot to react to. mentioned the hunters, he got extremely stiff, but then you started saying wholesome friendship stuff, and that kind of made that thought go out of his head even. And
Yeah.
I think he'll just stop for a moment with blood dripping down from his forehead.
Yes.
Hunters. Yes? You said?
Youngins. More so just on the payroll. Brother and sister pair. Gave him a bit of a scare. Gave him a bit of a scare. Then sent them to sent them to the clinic. Gave him a hotel to stay at. And gave the girl a coded business card. And I have someone watching them. And she reaches into her pocket and pulls out the crumbled remains of the phone. I have someone else working on that.
I have no clue what that device is, so do what you will with it. Thank you. Did you get their names? He had taken out a notebook out of his cloak real quick, and this one's a very... You've noticed that there's a few notebooks that he'll pull out from under his cloak. This one looks like old and tattered and got coffee stains or something on it, maybe some blood stains. And he just flips to the first few pages and is just like, did you get their names?
Did she think? I don't think she did. No, I don't think Ophelia did. She heard their names, but I don't remember what they are.
You remember hearing the man be called Frankie or Franklin?
Yeah.
And you remember the girl being called M.
Boy, Franklin. M is the girl.
Franklin. M. No, it won't be Frederick. But his wife is named M. This is confusing.
Not wife, sister. No, I don't know where they're from, so that might also technically be correct.
I'm confused on this, but thank you. I'm going to choose to not think about this for tonight.
That's your prerogative. But I will let you know, the second they mentioned you, I already had several moments keeping an eye on them. 'Cause like I said, people don't get to hurt my friends. I don't like hurting my own friends. And then just points at Joe. Even when they act stupid.
I'm glad there's somebody in your life who can take your punishment. Digressing. Yes. And if you have any more...
Believe me, I'm surprised. I'm just as surprised as well. Eyes flick to the door.
Yes, I'm leaving. If you get any more information on them, please pass them by. The Inquisition knows who I am, and I think they should not. So, ta-ta.
And she's just like, be safe. If it makes you feel any better, I don't know if they know me. Just assume they probably do. It's hard to not know me.
If not, they know now.
I wish more people didn't.
Alright. He goes downstairs.
Yep.
Rise.
Lets everybody else talk and follow.
Rise will, because he knows that Heifershow is sleeping over tonight, so he kind of like waves to Ophelia and it's like, I'm his, we're hanging out tonight, or tomorrow, or, yeah, you know what I mean. I'm gonna go make sure he gets to my place.
And she's like, good. like I said, you all be safe.
You'll hear
Really don't want. I really am not in the mood to bury any more friends.
You'll hear being yelled from downstairs as Evershow talks to the bartender. He'll just exclaim, "I'm having a sleepover tonight."
Rise kind of like chuckles and he's like, "Well, not yet. I'll go keep an eye on him to make sure." And he like squeezes Ophelia in a hug again. He's like, "You're a good person," and then scootles off.
Ophelia just kind of like sighs, like gestures for everyone else to leave, and goes and like sits on the bed next to Molly, very well knowing that like Molly heard that entire conversation.
Molly massages her shoulders.
Isn't Alistair still there?
She gestured for everyone to leave and then just went to her room.
He's just watching.
Alistair does have like
he can smell you.
a couple of things that he wants to do before he leaves back to his haven.
In my apartment?
No, he has to collect his things first, but he does have something to give to Ophelia.
And she just walked into her room, so now you have to like awkward knock on the door.
Oh no, he knows with you now that it's anything but subtle. Alistair picks up his little satchel of weapons and tucks it back in his coat. And he pulls out another satchel, remembering something.
Another satchel?
Ophelia, a moment.
Ophelia, and there's just like a loud, just, and then like the underside of the door is just filled with steam, and it's just.
Alistair's too drunk to even care.
And then Ophelia walks
those
out.
two drinks hit like crazy.
And then she walks,
I think...
and then she steps out, and she looks at Alistair, just like, and like gestures with like a go on face.
Alistair calmly walks over to Ophelia. He has been standing on the sidelines watching that whole thing between her and Avajo play out. In spite of the fact he wanted to laugh at the image of Avajo being blown apart the torso like a cannonball. He walks up to Ophelia until he's just at arm's length from her. I know we did something incredibly stupid, but we do what we do because it's the right thing. And it is the way of a warrior to fight superior odds. You know this above everything else. But if it will soothe you, I will do my utmost to ensure this does not happen again. And I was thinking back to our conversation from when you told me about you being the bull. And I couldn't help but notice there's a certain weapon you're missing in your quite impressive collection. So I had this procured for you. He hands over the satchel and gestures for Ophelia to open it. Inside,
She looks at it and then she click, 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 and opens it up.
Inside is a pair of bronze cestus from ancient Greece, of such meticulous make that it would even make Apollo jealous.
Bronze
These
what?
were cestus. They're gauntlets.
Basically, leather coverings. So basically, they're leather gauntlets, usually with like metal studs in them that were used for hand-to-hand combat.
Oh shit.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Oh
Except
shit.
these are
These
made
were
of
the
steel.
OG best knuckles.
That's so cool.
Please post some
These
pictures in the chat.
belongs.
Ophelia
These belong to
Looks at the
Melanchomus
face.
of Kari.
looks at
These- yeah. I'll let you do your piece. Go on.
oh my gosh, it's like but Ophelia just looks at Alistair and she pulls them out and puts them on, just popping her fingers. And
These belong to Melanchomus of Caria, who was the best boxer in ancient Greece. Do not ask me
what was
how I
that?
managed
Sorry,
to
you cut out for me.
Sorry, I have no idea why my headset's been a pain. Those belonged to Melanchomus of Caria, who was the best boxer of ancient Greece. Do not ask me how I came across the originals. I'll just say that I had you in mind when I saw them. So consider it a token of my appreciation, and hopefully a token of at least the beginning of a solid friendship.
And she looks, as Alistair says that last part, she pauses, looks at Alistair, and just says, I think the only person who questioned our friendship was you.
You may be right with that one. I'm
Yeah,
sure you'll put
Moon,
those to good use.
these things are crazy. Yeah. She's like,
Okay.
I'll put these to good use.
I'm sure you will. Just try not to use them in amateur.
Believe me,
Uh,
I don't plan on it. And she, before she goes back into her room, she pauses and she takes them off, puts them back in like the satchel, and is gonna head back into her room. Pauses at the doorway, looks back at Alistair, and just. I will say something though.
Yes?
And if everyone I have to deal with. 3 out of 4 approvals. And then goes into her room and shuts the door.
Also, I can't help but smirk. Because it does take a genius to understand what that means. And he leaves Ophelia's apartment to go back to his haven.
Ophelia like sets the stuff on in the like on with like her usual like stuff, and like slowly undresses and just. Are you happy, Molly?
Very. You did well.
I tried.
I'm proud of you. You've grown.
And she pauses at that and just. Maybe. And then she looks at her, looks up at her reflection, and still, and like every other time, just sees the bronze mask and sees the bowl. I guess we'll see if that ever changes.
I think with that, that's where we leave tonight's session.
Oh.
Yay! Yeah, no, that's a big thing. Ophelia's never seen her reflection. She always has seen the bull.